Guys, welcome back. This is the final video for our computer build here. So I managed to get it up and running. It looks good. And if you take a look over here, you'll see that I have done a few things. First off, I made sure all the cords from the power supply weren't stuffed in here. They're stuffed in the back panel here so that they're kind of out of the way. I did change out this fan for this white fan. I wanted to kind of do a red, white, and blue fan pattern and put a red fan up here. Unfortunately, I didn't have one, and I'm going to have to get one later on. And so we'll have to wait on that. But for now, these two fans will work, so it looks pretty good so far. Another thing I did that I didn't realize I could do was, it turns out that 8-pin connector for the CPU actually can split into a 4-pin connector. And so I split that in half and put it up there, and I hit the fan. So that's all good. And I think that's about all I did extra. I did some more cable management to, like I said, I'd like to move these out of the way if a little bit better. But for now, that's just going to have to do. Now, the question is, does it turn on? Well, the answer is yes. And the answer, does the motherboard actually work? We go to input list on the TV. So if you look up at the screen, it does work. I've already got Windows 10 booted. I've also got everything set up on here. So I was really happy this motherboard works, because that would have been a very big pain if it didn't, for obvious reasons. So just to run down the specs again, we got an i5 2400 processor. We've got ourselves a GTX 1050 Ti graphics card, a H61 motherboard, a terabyte hard drive, and 120 gigabyte SSD. So a pretty decent little build. And did I also say RAM? And we got 16 gigs of RAM as well. So this is a decent starting build. I hope my brother will find some good times out of it. It looks pretty good. It does pretty good. It seems like it boots way faster than this other computer over here. And so I do have a few other things to tell you guys about before we finish this off. I wish I had this on camera, but it would have taken 2 hours before I finally figured it out. But basically, every time I turned on the computer, I had it plugged into to a monitor, and every time I tried to play, or not play, but turn on the computer, I would get a beep, and then 5 beeps in rapid succession. And I'm like, okay, something's wrong. So I got to looking at it, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh, please say it's not the CPU, or please say it's not the motherboard. I spent 2 hours trying to figure out what was wrong with this computer, because it just wouldn't turn on. It would say no signal on the screen up here, and just beep 5 times. So after a while, I literally was about had it, and I actually went to bed. And then I fell asleep, and I'm like, you know how they say, you know, solutions always come when you're asleep? Well, that's what happened to me. I woke back up, and I'm like, what if it's not the computer? So I plugged it into my HD TV, my smart TV up here. And the reason I did that was because if the TV up here detects another input device when it's on a no signal screen, it will ask you to switch to it. So that's the main reason I did that, was see if it was picking up signal whatsoever. And so to my amazement, it actually was. So I clicked OK on the TV, and here comes the boot screen saying, no loadable boot drive found. Please insert USB flash drive, or whatever it is it says. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I went to the monitor and looked. It was on the wrong input. I felt like an idiot, okay? Not gonna lie. Felt like an idiot. So, and that beeping, all that was it saying, we don't have any OS on this thing. You need to install an OS. That was it. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? 2 hours of my life wasted because I didn't turn the channel. So, anyway, that's my story, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you want, I'll put the parts in the description below. In fact, I'll probably do that anyway. You guys can find some pretty good deals on most of these parts if you look around. Like I said, the i5 I picked up for 45 bucks, and the RAM I picked up for 40 bucks as well. So you just kind of have to look around. There's more places to look than just Craigslist and eBay. So now the question is whether or not you're willing to go as far as to look at some of these other places, because I know some people don't like using hardware from e-waste places. It doesn't bother me, but it worked pretty good. It worked good for me. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this. This is just a finish up video. I'll have this, out probably the same day as the final video for the build. I think I have 3 videos made over this. It all took me about an hour to build the computer, and I split it up mostly because I was running out of room on my phone, and because I use my phone camera because it just works better than the actual camera I have. It's like my phone camera is a 14 megapixel camera, and the camera I've used in the past is like 5 megapixels. So yeah, only problem I have to worry about is storage, because since it does do high definition pictures and videos, it does take up a lot of storage. So again, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. I hope I didn't butcher it too much, because this is the first computer I've built from scratch, and so I hope I was able to teach y'all something. And I learned a few things myself as well. For one, make sure you got the right input on the TV. So yeah. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.